Hey everyone, Super Saiyan Sanchez back here with another video. I just want to show you guys a few pickups before we start the video. I picked up these two in a trade about 2 weeks ago. I didn't mention it, I just wanted to show you guys real quick. I traded for, I believe, a Spider-Man, a Mayfix Spider-Man, and maybe a Batman, I believe. No, I think it was a Vegeta and a Spider-Man, I believe, yeah. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I didn't have these in the collection. I know they're not. I know the kid Goku is probably, I know he's not crazy priced, but the Broly, I know that he just got a reissue, but I know he was kind of high in price recently. But yeah, it's not too bad. I think the trade was pretty even. I thought it came out to be a good trade. I had a trade with this guy I think maybe a year and a half ago. He reminded me that we did a trade, but just wanted to show you guys what I got. And today I'm gonna be bringing you guys the Son Goku Legendary, Super Saiyan. And yeah, this is a great figure. I've owned this figure the first time it released. I know this is the second one because it fixes all the issues. The smaller sticker, that's what it does. So let's go ahead and check them out. All right, let's go ahead and put him on the 360 stand so you guys can get a better view of him in the box. Zoom in just a little more. Too much of a zoom. Yeah, this is the updated version, fixing all the QC issues with the first release, which is pretty cool. I just got this one in a trade as well. I believe it was a trade, yeah. So yeah, always getting lucky on the trades. If anyone is looking for trades, always check out locally on Facebook Marketplace. Of course, do your due diligence. Don't just meet random strangers. Make sure you're with someone in a public place. That's what I always go for. I always try to meet up at a Walmart or a GameStop or something public, something where a lot of people are around, and try to do it more in the daytime. To be on the safe side. Just a heads up for anyone who's trying to trade with anyone else. Let's go ahead and take them off the stand. Yeah, and he looks great. I've always liked this figure a lot, and he's about to get another reissue, which is pretty cool. If you did miss out on that, I'm hoping that you guys, go for it. He's a solid figure. Yeah, let's go ahead and take him out of the box. Let you guys check him out. All right, and here he is out of the box. Let's go ahead and get a little closer view of this. All right. And it looks great. He definitely is a contender for, I believe, in my opinion, a top 10 figure. The posability and what you can do with him is pretty amazing, and that's what I like about it. So yeah, let's go ahead and give you guys a 360 view real quick. Hopefully he doesn't fall over. Let's check this out. It's definitely one of my like I said, one of my top figures. I think he's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and stand him up. Yeah, its hair is pretty cool. Keeping to the legendary Super Saiyan out of when he fights Frieza. It's pretty cool. I do wish that they did include some sort of like electricity on him or something where he is doing the transformation. I think it would have been pretty cool. But either or, the figure is a great figure. So yeah, I love the shading on the pants. Like the detail is there. Of course, they did have the Awakening Goku. If anyone ever had that one, they had the first release and the second release. Let's go ahead and show you guys real quick. Here we are, and he is not so. At the time, that figure was amazing, but now, of course, things are different. Now everything's changed. That was a long time ago. That's when they first changed the boxes. I do have that figure. I probably will do a comparison eventually. Yeah, but yeah, this one I think the only thing they did say people didn't like was that his the peg to his neck should have been just a little longer. But and I believe the first release had this the chest piece, you know, it was off from the body. I think it still has the same issue, but regardless, I like the figure. So yeah, let's go ahead and go into detail with the accessories it does come with. Let's go ahead and check that out right now. Scroll down. All right. And he does come with a fair amount of accessories, which is pretty cool. He does come with 5 sets of extra hands. He has the Kamehameha, 3 extra heads, and an extra hairpiece. Let's go ahead and check out the hairpiece first. All right. Which is pretty cool. You know, it's not as pointy, which I do like. You know, if anyone ever had a third-party figure, Demoniacal Fit, or you know, some Taunton or anything, sometimes they're kind of spiky, which can be, you know, hurts. Yeah, but I'll show you guys how this one looks. And he does have the one bang, which is gonna be pretty cool. Check all that out. Yeah, I like the shading. I like the little subtle shading they did around. Yeah. Hopefully, if anyone does have any older figures, they appreciate the shading that they did. And you know, like nowadays they don't do as much shading as before. So yeah. He has his yelling face. I believe he is transforming right here. Yeah. But the detail, man, it's so crazy. The pupils in the eye, everything. I like the line around I like all the extra lines, you know, around the face, which is pretty cool. What is that? Looks like there's something on his nose. Maybe there's something there I gotta take off. Probably. Alright. Let's see. His angry face. And like I said, the detail here is crazy. I just love how things have changed over the years with the how they've gotten better with the faces. The printing on the faces is amazing. This looks great. This would look great with a Super Saiyan 3. This, you know, of course he wouldn't have the eyebrows, but that smirk would be perfect for a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab the first set of hands. Okay. And we do have the hands where he could be doing a blast or sending a blast at someone. It's pretty cool. And like I said, I love the detail in the hands, like just everything. I know they're small and we've seen the hands before, but I just feel like it looks so realistic. All right, here's another set of hands. He looked like he could be gripping as well. This looks pretty cool. He could be grabbing Frieza. Or maybe fighting someone, you know. Alright. The other set of hands where he is fighting, or his poses. Every time I see these hands, I just think of Yamcha right away. I don't know why. Yeah, but they look great. Sorry about the focusing in and out. And here's another set of hands, very similar to the other one. They look more for like the Kamehameha blast. And he can do that pose really well. That's why I like this figure, because the posability and what they thought of when he's able to move, it's pretty cool. So yeah. And the last set of hands would be his where you can put the Kamehameha blast on his hand. I believe the other one is more for optional. Yeah. Let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick on that. He does come with the Kamehameha. Does come with all these little spots to put all these pieces in. It is kind of a hassle because I feel like they always fall out. But this is the spot where he would put it in the peg into the ball, the Kamehameha, and he would be, you know, doing Kamehameha, you know, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's about everything that comes in the figure. Like, I feel like they did a great job at accessories. I love it, so that's pretty cool. Alright guys, we're back. Let's go ahead and check out the box. They always have some great poses here, which was the first time when I did see it. Everything did look great. The Kamehameha, his reach on his legs, which is pretty crazy. I don't have the full form Frieza, the final form. I do plan on getting it, I just haven't got around to getting it. But you know, we're still gonna go ahead and we're still gonna figure it out from there. So let's go ahead and do his first pose. Go ahead and give him the we're gonna go ahead and do the head swap. I'm sorry about that. Let me back out the camera. I'm gonna go ahead and do the head swap and see where we go from here. Alright, sorry about that. I had to move the camera just a bit. Alright, and this is the other head. We're gonna go ahead and pop it in. Pretty simple. And the good thing is you don't need you wouldn't wait, do you? No, I don't believe you need a bang or something on the to go in the front. You're just gonna put the head, and we're gonna go ahead and do the one where he is yelling, he is transforming. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'll go ahead and show you right now. Check that out. I know it looks a little off, you know, and I just seeing him like that, but that's the way it is on the box when he is transforming, turning in, I believe, into the legendary Super Saiyan, or maybe just powering up in general, which I do like about this figure. He looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead. I did have to swap my stand. My main stand is acting up right now. I did drop it recently, so that's probably another reason why I got to get another one. Yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and put this guy up, and it's not gonna be nothing crazy. It's gonna be a simple pose where he is powering up. Of course, to me, this is one of the biggest, you know, transformations in the show. Him becoming that legendary Super Saiyan that they mentioned. So yeah, I believe this is like a pivotal piece of, you know, Dragon Ball history right here. Him doing his first transformation, and you know, he's a low level Saiyan, and you know, Vegeta assumed that it was all about, you know, having a bloodline, you know, a specific bloodline, not like a poor low level person like Goku. You know, Vegeta assumed that he can reach it first because he was of high class, and we all know he could shove that. At least in my opinion, I didn't like that about him, that he assumed because his family, his dad was a king, you know, King Vegeta. He assumed that, you know, this was only given to people who were high class, which was kind of dumb. Yeah, but definitely Goku. I'm gonna go ahead and use the mounting putty. Sorry about that. Using the mounting putty, that's what I usually use. I'm not gonna use the claw that comes with the stand. All right, let's go ahead and pop them back in here. It's gonna be our first pose. I always try to put the mounting putty on the back, just, you know, give you guys an idea. So, you know, when you're posing them, and you know, your setup, open his legs up just a little bit and have his. I like that he has more of an ab crunch, because it look. I'll show you guys that right now. Let's go ahead and show you guys. All right, everyone. Sorry about that. Went ahead and swapped the stand, put new batteries, try to get it to go, because the other the other rotating stand was a lot slower. So I just felt like it didn't match it. So yeah. And this is where I did use the mounting putty, if anyone didn't see. Yeah, and Goku just looks great. If anyone does have this figure, let me know what you think of it. Put it in the comments. I always like to hear back from everyone. I'm hoping that everyone does actually watch the video, the full video. I like to hear from you guys. I like to hear you know, what do you guys think of the figures, and you know, what figures do you have in your collection. It doesn't matter if you have one or two. I understand, like, I started somewhere too, back in 2012, 2013, I think it was 2012, collecting. So SH Figuarts, they've come a long way. I started with one figure, 2, 3, 4. It started going further and further. So don't be ashamed of how many figures you have. You know, I have a lot, but it took me years to get here. So it doesn't matter, you know, if you have one or two. I always like to hear back from you guys. So let me know what you guys have. You know, if you have this figure in your collection, I like to hear about it. If you don't, let me know if you want to get them. You know, I want to know what you have in your collection. I like to, you know, talk to everyone. I like to talk to anyone, you know, general audience who's watching. You know, I like everyone who's watching, and I appreciate you guys. You know, we're all growing together. I'm still gonna get more figures. You're gonna grow your figures. You know, so yeah. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and swap out and do a new pose. We're gonna go ahead and go for this one right here, where he's going up. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that. He is going up and he's flying, moving around Frieza. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that one where he does have the one bang. Let's go ahead and swap the head out. Try to be very careful. Oh, I just noticed I popped out his neck peg. Oh, well. That's the first time I've ever done that. Alright, let's go ahead and pop it back in. Alright, here we are. Sorry about that. Put the face down. We're gonna go ahead and grab his original head. And check out the front hairpiece. Let's see. He is doing the more gritted face, the angry gritted face. Let's go ahead and pop that in here. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and use the one bang. Pop that in. And that looks great. Alright, and he's not really too far apart from what he's already doing. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up where he is switch it up with the hand. I'm gonna go ahead and do something different because I just don't want to keep the fist hands on. Sorry about the background noise. I got my daughter's guinea pigs and my daughter moving around the house. Alright, let's go ahead and find that hand that I need. Let's see. Alright, I was gonna swap the hand, but I decided not to. Since we're gonna do some more poses with the different hands, so let's go ahead and keep them on. Alright, and Goku does have his knee up. I don't like that. This kind of bothersome, but I can get past it. Alright. Let's go ahead. Right here. He is bending his knee a lot more right here. It's fine. Alright. And he is kind of looking down. Let's go ahead and do the pose on the stand. Alright. Nothing too crazy, just a little small stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the bigger poses in a second. I'm just trying to do these more normal ones before we move on to that, because I know the next poses we're gonna do, like Kamehameha, we're gonna have to actually have him moving around a lot more. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. Alright. And I want to apologize about being gone. Like, I haven't posted a video. I'm posting this probably by 10 days after my Hulkbuster video. Had a death in the family. Yeah, I wasn't able to record anything, so I apologize about that. It was unforeseen. No one knew it was gonna happen. So just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. So I appreciate everyone like staying tuned and understanding that I haven't posted, and hopefully not like unsubscribing for that reason. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and put him up right here. Like I said, he is more like he is coming down. So let's go ahead and see if we can do this here. All right. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that. Oh, I believe I have him on the wrong one. Yeah, I know that could be a kind of a nuisance, the mounting putty in the back, but still, like, he looks great here. Yeah, and I love the arms. I love how wide the arms are. He is old school bulky. It looks very similar to the Gohan they did in Superhero, like, the bulky arms, which made sense because Goku is doing his transformation. So yeah, but either or, just have to say that if you don't have this figure, man, definitely pick him up. All right, let's go ahead and go for the next pose. All right, everyone, so let's go ahead and check out the next pose we're going for. Let's go ahead and do this kick that he's doing. Let's go ahead and check it out. Alright. He's doing a pretty high kick. I believe it's just mostly when he's fighting Frieza, and or maybe he's testing out his his abilities, what he could do now. Remember, it's a new transformation, and of course he's probably not used to anything yet, just trying to get used to the body moving around, which he always does when he does a transformation. He tries to see how much Goku tries to see how much of the limit he can push and where his what his body can do at the time. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's go ahead and swap out the faces. I wasn't leave that face, but I was gonna keep on that just keep on more of the stern face. Okay. And it really doesn't do nothing much. It's like I said, it's just more of a kick. Alright. He is bending his knee. And I think with this we're gonna go ahead and try to see if we can achieve this pose. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can use the mounting putty. He is kind of bending his body over to the side. Sorry about that if I'm out of the frame with that. And you can just see how much of the, it extends out, where you could do more of a pose, and especially when he's trying to do the Kamehameha. Yeah, he's lifting his leg up pretty high. It looks kind of funny in the beginning. See. Sorry about the background noise. I got my rabbit in the back of me, a Lola bunny. If anyone's seen her in one of my old videos when I had the white poster boards, she was a baby at the time, and now she kind of goes around the house and terrorizes everything. So yeah, she nibbles on boxes. I try to be very careful with my SH Figuarts. She did get a hold of some of the boxes, and kind of scared me. She bit into some crazy stuff, and I definitely was nervous about that. Alright, see, for this one we're gonna just go ahead and put him up on the stand, the rotating stand, and see if he could just hold his pose. Like I said, I'm gonna use mounting putty. 1 second, let's see how this looks. Alright, sorry about that. And put his hand back. And the trick to these poses more or less are trying to get him directly on that on the ankle. It's pretty simple. You just got to keep messing with it. I've done it before. All right, and there we got the pose. Let's go ahead and show you guys. Yeah, it's crazy what that Gorilla mounting putty can do. So if anyone needs anything for mounting putty, any sort of type, just go for it, man. Yeah, like I said, on one foot is possible. I've had many other figures I've done where the foot, I had to use the foot and they always fell over. But you just got to find the right. You got to move it, adjust it around. You got to move it around, trying to get that, trying to get it right. So, all right, let's go check out another pose. Alright, let's go ahead and check out what else we're gonna do. Alright, I'm probably gonna go for this pose. I know it's more of a common pose, but I have something I'm gonna add to the background for it, so I'll show you guys in 1 second. Alright everyone, this guy did fall over. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the pose when he is transforming, which is kind of a common pose, nothing crazy. Next after this we'll probably do the Kamehameha, so I'll show you guys what you guys can do here. Let's go ahead and you really don't have to do much here. Just kind of turn his head to the side. Alright, take off this putty. Kind of turning his leg over forward. Alright, nothing crazy, no bending of the knee, nothing. Just kind of looking like his hand is a little more back. Turn it to the side a little bit. That's what I kind of do with all my poses, to make them look like they're ready to fight, they're muscled up. Alright, let's turn them a little bit. Alright, and there we are. There's Goku. We're just gonna go ahead and stack them up so we can have a double over here, so we don't have to have so much, I don't have to turn the camera down too much. Alright, let's go ahead and add this bad boy to the back. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and add this to the background. That was a funny one, I just dropped it. Alright, there we are, much better. Alright, let's kind of put them in between here. Of course it's more of the Super Saiyan without the electricity, but I just think it looks way better when he has all this stuff out. And this is the this background is from the his aura effect is from the Super Saiyan 2 event exclusive. So yeah, just wanted to pull him out just for this. I thought it would look great. I'm probably gonna do some shots right here for background. All right, let's check this out. All right, sorry guys. Yeah, he looks pretty amazing. Yeah, especially with the electricity, it looks phenomenal. If anyone doesn't have this, I know they sell the aura effects. If anyone doesn't have them, definitely grab one. I know you can find them on eBay or Mercari. So yeah, it looks great right here. Yeah, so definitely, it's definitely a go-to, especially like I said with that aura effect. All right, and now let's get into something more crazier. Let's go ahead and do. All right, everyone. So we're gonna go ahead and do the Kamehameha pose. We're gonna go ahead and do one. Of course, I'm getting ready to do it, and when he does release it. So we're gonna go ahead and go for this one first. He does have his gridded face. All right. Let's go ahead and go for this. Let's change the face out. Yeah, I honestly believe that this is pretty crazy on what they do here. It's just the detail in the face, man. It's pretty phenomenal. And I know I throw that term around a lot. I've actually had someone ask me like, why do you use the word phenomenal so much? But yeah, just I thought it was cool. All right, go ahead and do this. Swap the hands out. All right, and we're gonna do the Kamehameha hands. All right, so for these, we only have to use one side. Oh, sorry about that. Just zoom out. Have to use one side. Just pop it in here. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and take it off first and try to put the Kamehameha together. Let's go ahead and see how this goes. So let me go ahead and do it. All right, everyone. Sorry about that. I went ahead and swapped the face out. I put the Kamehameha together. I went ahead and swapped the face out because the video shows he is having a gridded face, his teeth. Let's go ahead and put that face instead. All right. All right, and I went ahead and put that together. I'm gonna go ahead and use some mounting putty on his hand, which will make it just a little bit easier for him to grab the Kamehameha on his second hand, because you don't have the peg there. You're just using an open hand. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna put it right here where he is kind of like showing that he is gripping it. I think I look a lot better. All right. Like I said, sorry about the background noise. I got the rabbit behind me. She's over here just destroying whatever's on the coffee table. It's kind of crazy. All right, and he could put one of his hands up. I'm sorry, one of his legs up. Yeah. And he is up in the sky. And let's go ahead and see if we can push this arm just a bit down. He is doing the Kamehameha. All right, let's go ahead and put him on the stand. And yeah, I definitely like this pose. It's definitely up there for me. All right, let's go ahead and turn this on. Let's get that out of the way. All right. Let's go ahead and have him just lean a little bit forward. I'll go ahead and zoom in for you guys. Yeah, it looks pretty great. Zoom in for you guys. Yeah, crazy how the 1.0 figures, when they first released, even the 2.0, you couldn't do a Kamehameha blast. Or you could, but they just weren't as they didn't look as good. You know, his the posability with the arms, they were very limited. And now, like, you know, with the 3.0, 4.0 arms, like everything is just way better. So that's what I like about the figures now. Like they've come a long way. I have an attachment with the OGs because the OGs are where I started with the Figuarts, but I definitely appreciate all that Tamashii has done. All the articulation, the posability that you can do now is even way better than what it was before. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and swap this out. All right, I went ahead and took them off the stand. We'll take this off. The Kamehameha, we'll just take it off. We're gonna go ahead and have him where he is already doing the blast. So his, you see him where he let go of the Kamehameha, and he has the one bang. So we'll go ahead and bring that back. We're gonna go ahead and swap the face out. Okay. Here we are. Hey, if you guys like any of the poses that I've done so far, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I wanna know what you guys think of it. I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, of what you could do now, like versus what you could do before with the posability on the arms. Like, it's pretty crazy. All right, and pop it back in here, and we're gonna go ahead and show you guys right here where we can do his arm more bended in, you know, into his chest. Like before, you could do this, but you couldn't do this. You couldn't, you know, and that's what I love about the articulation now. Like, it's just it's so crazy, you know, like what they could do now. So I definitely, you know, appreciate Tamashii for that, and I'm gonna continue to, you know, to buy the figures. So that's definitely a plus on their side. All right, let's go ahead and bring his hand in here, and there it is. You can see him doing or letting go of the Kamehameha. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the hands right in there. So let's open them just a little more wider. All right. Let's put his hand down just a bit so you can see his face. Let's turn his body just a little bit. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this. I think that like I said, this might be a contender for top 10 figures for me, just because of the articulation and what you can do. Figures back in the day did promise, 1.0 figures did show you that you could do poses like this where you could put the hands in, but I just think it was more with some sort of mounting putty or something to hold that pose, and you can actually do it by yourself with this. So this is, to me, this is phenomenal, at least in my opinion. But you know, everyone has their own opinion. Tell me what you guys think of it. So I'm trying to find the right alright, let's see if we can do it right here. I think we can right here. His tag, his mounting putty is coming out. I should have probably used just a little more. Alright. Alright everyone, let's go ahead and turn this on. Yeah, and the mounting putty can be annoying, like I said, but if you're just having the figure pose straight to the front, it shouldn't be bothersome. Man, it looks so great, man. I'm telling you, like, if I had these figures back in 2012, 2013, 2014, it would have been great. But I can appreciate how much time has passed and how they got better. And there he did fall. Yeah, definitely would love to have had these figures when I was younger, but definitely appreciate what they can do now. And yeah, if anyone does like the posability, you know, let me know what you guys think of it. I just think it's great, and the stand did stop. All right, yeah, so it's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and swap out go back to the original head. I'm sorry, not the original head. He does have the original head. We're gonna go ahead and swap back to the the regular face. I'm gonna go ahead and put on where he is smirking. Let's go ahead and put that one on. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and put his fist hands back on. I want to go ahead and show you guys the size comparisons to some other figures. Alright, go ahead and put Goku here on the stand. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put him next to the Marvel Legends Logan, or Wolverine, sorry. Of course, Wolverine does tower over him. Just want to show you guys a side by side. Sorry about moving the camera right there. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm using some mounting putty on each figure so it doesn't fall over. We'll go ahead and bring the Ben Reilly Spider-Man here. All right, he's a little taller. Goku's a little taller with the hair, his hair length, so it's right there. This is the Mayfix Ben Reilly. All right, this is another 6-inch figure. And let's go ahead and take this guy off the stand. Sorry about that. This is one I'm gonna be doing a review on hopefully soon. I know people want to check it out. It's kind of a popular figure. Let's go ahead and bring in the Hush. The Hush Superman. Put him right next to Goku. People always say Goku and Superman, who would win? I gotta say, I'd probably give it to Goku. Superman is already strong, and I feel like Goku is probably get his butt kicked, but you know, the whole thing about being a Saiyan and how you can being close to death and he can get stronger and stronger, I would assume that Goku would be able to find a new level next to him. So yeah. Alright everyone, so let's go ahead and give you guys this is the end of the video. Let's go ahead and give you my honest opinion of this figure. Like I told you in the beginning, he is a great figure. He is definitely one of my top contenders for top 10. I'm gonna go ahead and give this figure a solid 10 out of 10. He is great in posability. The faces, there's enough accessories that he does come with enough hands, the extra head, the articulation. You know, like I said, there's so much you could do with him. So like, he is definitely pretty badass. I'm really looking forward to the new Goku that is coming out. I believe at the end of the year or the beginning. I think it's the end of the year. Yeah, it's a new Goku coming out. It's gonna be a general release that I believe is gonna be at Walmart, $35. So yeah, and this guy, he goes for about, I believe, 60 and up. Yeah, so this is a great figure. I say definitely go for him. He is being reissued soon. I don't know if it's September, October, November. I know he's being reissued again as well. So definitely grab him before the price goes up. You know, once they sell out, the prices start going up. So yeah, you guys got to get them in your collection. If you do have them in your collection, tell me what you think. If you have the first release, if you have the second release, and there's gonna be a third release, of course, a third reissue. Tell me what you guys think. Did you like the review? Is there something that I'm missing that I didn't do in any of the reviews? Is something that I'm doing that I can make the video better? Give me your input. I don't mind hearing it from you guys. You guys are my audience, and I want to make you guys happy, and I want to make the videos even better and better over time. So shout out to you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. I'll be putting out more content as soon as I can. Super Saiyan Sanchez out.